The Australian Financial Review, ABC, Channel 7, Channel 10, the Urban Developer, and basically every analyst in Australia is expecting incredible things up here in Brisbane off the back of this incredible news around the Olympic Games. So in today's video, we wanted to talk about what's coming infrastructure-wise, jobs-wise, and most importantly, potentially property price-wise. So stay tuned, a quick 5-minute video to give you everything you need to know about the coming Olympic Games in Brisbane. Now, we've been quite bullish around the Brisbane property market for the last few years, and outside of us getting the Olympics, everything looked great, but this is just like an amazing cherry on top. And after looking, we've reviewed probably like 6 or 7 different websites from pretty credible sources about their expectations, what's to come, and it makes me so damn excited for our portfolio, our clients' portfolio, and anybody who's looking to get into Brizzy soon. Yeah, so the Australian Financial Review a couple of weeks back put out a really good article. The title of the article was, "Will house prices, or we expect house prices to double in Brisbane?" Now, we thought, cool, that's the Australian Financial Review, hijacking the media and jumping on the back. But then when we started to look at Simon Priestley's stuff, what had happened in previous Olympic Games in cities around the world, and started to dive into the data a bit better, it was incredible to see. Now, if we sort of look at jobs, I suppose, as one of the key drivers, the Urban Developer is expecting 150,000 new jobs to be created in southeast Queensland as a result, mainly in the infrastructure/construction industries on the way in. Yeah, which is going to be mad. And then they're expecting $5.3 billion worth of revenue from the Olympics as well. So obviously that money's coming into the economy and it's got to trickle through one way or another. Big dollars to be spent around the Olympics. I always like to look back into the past. Now, I think in Barcelona, one of the articles we were looking at in 1992, the city on the way up to the Games increased in value by 130%, property prices there. You look at Sydney between 97 and 2003, off the back of the Olympic Games here, prices, what was it, 97%? 97% over that time. It was interesting to see in that article that the bigger cities like a Sydney or a London that host the Olympics didn't see massive increases in property prices, but then you looked at those smaller satellite cities like a Barcelona or a Brisbane, it seemed as though the growth was far more substantial. For sure. What I like is the infrastructure that's coming in, and that's not just going to benefit everybody that lives up here, but it's going to pull a significant amount of talent from other parts of Australia and the world to help pull this off. Now, Cross River Rail in Brisbane, we've got train lines going in, we've got the M1 upgrades between the Gold Coast, Brisbane and the Sunny Coast. I think they're redoing the airport in Brizzy at the moment. They're just doing the same thing in the Sunny Coast. Yeah, it's a massive upgrade to the Brisbane airport, completely redoing the terminal. They've obviously just opened up the new runway, so it's going to be super modern, super new, super fresh, which is going to be great. Some of the other things that they're looking at doing is putting in a new bus route, so ideally bus lanes, I'm assuming that's going to make it a little bit more connected. I guess the whole intention behind this infrastructure is just to make all of southeast Queensland more connected, easier, more accessible for everybody when they get out here. Now, one of the things that is just making me feel so good this morning, I cannot wipe the smile off my face with this, because it's we already knew it was going to be good, but doing the research for this video, I'm just it's going to be great. Should I buy more? Yeah, exactly. We're just talking about, oh my God. No, enough's enough. But, the median house price in Brisbane at the moment is $678,000 on average. Obviously, there's some suburbs worth almost $2 million. There's some suburbs worth $300K. But, according to the Urban Developer, they're expecting house prices in Brisbane by 2032 to be worth almost 1.3. Some other sources are saying up to $1.5 million on average. There's a whole bunch of suburbs we just looked at, some of them down in Redland Bay, some of them in the CBD, others on the eastern beaches. Literally all of them in the list are expected to double in value over that time, some of them even going up more than that, which is just unheard of in a 12-year period. It's massive. And, they were also going out there to say that southeast Queensland is currently Australia's fastest growing zone. So, all of these infrastructure projects, the population growth at the moment, the wage increases as well at the moment, it's just a booming area, which is amazing. It's good to see Brisbane and southeast Queensland finally find its stride. And you know, just having all of these infrastructure projects, all of these developments occurring, having this Olympics is just going to put a line in the sand that by 2032, all of these projects need to be finished, because we know how it can get sometimes when they're doing these infrastructure projects. They drag out and out and out, and they extend their finish date, but hopefully, you know, everything gets brought forward, finished in plenty of time for the Olympics to make the most of it.
Definitely. Now, you know, on top of that, Brisbane and other parts of Australia are looking insane at the moment. You've got unprecedented amounts of money being bought in terms of bonds in Australia from the government. You've still got helicopter money dropping out. You've got record savings. You've got record commodity
rates.
prices as well, in terms of some of our prices being sold to other companies, which is bringing in massive revenue. You've got record low interest rates, as you said. Like, all of these things are creating a perfect storm for short to medium term property prices in the right markets around Australia. So get out there, listen to your Heron Todd Whites, your CoreLogics, your Simon Priestleys from Propertyology. Jump over and listen to what some of the other buyers agents are saying and collect your different ideas, and then hopefully with that you can go into the market with confidence like we are, take advantage of conditions, and hopefully, you know, set yourself and your family up for a great result in 15 years from now.
For sure. Now, we actually run a buyer's agency where we help a really small number of people actually purchase investment properties throughout the major local government areas in Brisbane. You know, if that's something of interest to you, if you're ready to purchase that investment property and you're not really sure about where you should be looking or how much you should be spending or how to take advantage of the market up here, then feel free to head over to our website, www.pumpedonproperty.com. Follow the links and put in some information to book in your strategy session where you'll talk with myself, Ben, or one of the other team members about where you're at right now, where you're ideally looking to be in the future, and how you can actually action those next steps to confidently and safely enter into the market up here.
Sweaty, so sweaty.
Oh, that's good.